Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm currently at Steve's farm and the mule has just released today, so I'm here to buy one. I wish that I had star coins to be able to buy more than one because there's like 3 I think that I really want, but I only have star coins for one today, and then I'm just gonna save, and hopefully by like next year, probably a full year, they'll be at the bazaar, or maybe there'll be new coat colors that come out in the meantime that I will get. But for today, just going to get one, and I think I have a pretty good idea which one I want. So first things first, I've been playing. I wanted to finish leveling up this horse before I went and bought a mule. It had like 1 level to go, and as I've been running around, I've seen so many people with mules today. Like usually when there's new breeds, you'll see a lot of the new horse that people are using, but today it's like literally every other person has a mule. So I think that this breed is going to be a big success. I'm obsessed right now with clicking on random players and just seeing what they've named their horses and silently judging people's name choices a lot of the time. Although I've gotten some pretty good ideas on occasion. Like some of the people here, their horses, or their mule was named Mountain Man, and there was another one, I already forgot what it was, but it was on my list of potential names for the mule today, so I feel like validated that other people apparently like those names for mules too and have named theirs that. But depending on which one I get, it will change what name I get, because I have really specific names for the 3 that I want. So if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I have been like screaming from the mountaintops that I wanted mules in this game for so long, like ever since I've been playing. So I am like tickled to death today that they're finally here. They look amazing, like seriously, and it's not just this one, like all of them are so good that even like people that like to nitpick the animations and stuff, I think are gonna have a hard time finding anything wrong with them. Like this model and all the coats are so well done, and I feel like I say this so often with new breeds because they're just like, Star Stable's doing so well lately. Like they're just hitting it out of the park every time. But there's like, even with the really good ones, there's usually like 1 or 2 things that like if you're paying attention that you'll notice that isn't quite right. But like I can't find anything wrong with the mule. And I thought this too in spoilers, which the spoilers, like I was like standing on my head for spoilers because I couldn't believe how much I love them. Like they're just so good and there's nothing wrong with them. Like I can't find anything. Okay, now with the floppy groove here, this is so cute, but when I posted a short of the mule doing this as a sneak peek, people in the comments were going crazy saying like, I hate it, it's ruined. And I was like, you guys, it's a special gait, it's not the default walk. But nobody listened to me. But like the mule is so good. Like when I say like find something wrong with it, I genuinely mean try to find something wrong with it, because I seriously can't see anything that could be corrected. Like it's just perfect. And I've watched a couple of other YouTubers make videos today buying the mule, and they've all said the same things. I read the comments, I looked at the comments and spoilers too. Everybody universally just loves the mule and doesn't have anything to say negative about it. So I think this is going to be just like one of their most successful breeds, and also just the fact that so many people have already bought it today, it seems like. This one is definitely my least favorite, not because I don't think it's good, but it's just not for me. I think this is called Badger Face, and I've just never been a fan of it. But I still think it's nice, and like pay attention to the actual details on the coat here. Like see how the spots, like how those little tiny pieces of white that just kind of like jut out in the black, and like it's just got like this slight like jagged kind of uneven look around the edges. That is so realistic and it's so good. Like I just can't believe how detailed this is, and it's the same way on this side. Like it's just really realistic and detailed, which a lot of their breeds are, to be fair, but this I think is just above and beyond. Like you can see each and every individual little hair, it's like. This one probably my second to last favorite. I don't know, I might like it more than that, it's hard to say, but This is such a unique, crazy coat. It reminds me of like M&Ms or something, or like ice cream with M&Ms in it. What are they called? Like a flurry? I think it's called a flurry, right? But like, just look at the details. Look at the details. You can see like the fur texture in each of the spots, and the way like the spots are not like perfectly circular, they kind of are jagged and uneven. I feel like this is what the Norkers should have been, and I'm okay with the Norkers, but some of them, like the Appaloosa ones, their spots are so like airbrushed and plasticky looking, but the mule, even though the actual pattern isn't too different, it looks so much more realistic. I love the bay. I always love bays though, that's not really a surprise. Its eyes are pretty. I love the primitive markings with like the stripes and the shoulder stripe, whatever that's called. This one I like an awful lot. I think that might be my favorite right now, but I'll come back to it. This is a Grula, or a Blue Dun. It's all the same. And I like it. I think it's really good, but not my favorite. It's towards the bottom of the ones I like, but I think this is a really good coat. Again, with like the primitive markings, like the dun stuff, the stripes, and look at those little light colored dots on it. It's so subtle, you can barely see it, but it makes a world of difference in like the realism. It's just really good. And I really like that like tan undertone that it has too. This may be one of the best gray horses they've ever done in the game. The coat is excellent. And I'm not like crazy about gray horses usually, but this one's so good. The shading, the way the light to dark mixes into each other really gradual is so realistic. And this is really realistic in the sense that like there's different types of dapples that kind of like fade in and out of each other. You have like the more circular dapples, and then you have like the starred apples, which I don't know. I know starred apples, but I don't know what the other kinds of dapples are called. Maybe it's all starred apples, but the point is that they look different, but the way they're mixed here is really good. For me, this is what comes to mind when I think of a mule, because the majority of the ones that I've seen in person have been Belgian draft mules, and Belgians are like this color. So most of them that I've seen have been this. It's not Palomino. I think this is called like flaxen chestnut, and then I forget what it's called. It starts with a P, but it's like that like mealy white color on its belly. Not a Palomino, but it looks similar to one, and I love Palomino, so I like this one a lot. The majority of the mules that I've seen in person have been at the Kentucky State Fair, and they're draft mules that are there for like the wagon shows and stuff, or like pulling competitions, not riding mules. These are definitely like horsey riding mules. Oh, I love this one so much. So this is a dun, and it was by far my favorite in the spoilers, although in game I like it just as much, but it has some competition, because actually seeing it in game, I like the one Appaloosa, like the Bay Appaloosa, a lot too, so it's gonna be between those two. But this one is such a muley mule. Like when I think of a mule, I might think of like that sorrel one, but I think this is more of like a classic typical mule. It's so hard to pick a favorite. I know I want the Bay, I know I want the Bay Appaloosa, and I know I want the dun, but I can only get one today, so which one am I gonna get first? It's gonna be such a hard choice. Also, did anyone else nearly fall out of their chair when they see that the mules are only 850 star coins? Like, Star Stable having a reasonable price in this economy? Are you kidding me? I guess maybe since they got in legal trouble, they've had to wake up and smell the coffee and realize that they were being like so ridiculous and exploitive with their prices in a children's game. So hopefully this is the start of more reasonable and affordable prices in this game, which it seems like absolutely mind-boggling to even be saying those words, given that the majority of the horses are like 900, 950 star coins lately, and the mule being like a special fancy, like different thing, and having so many special gaits and animations. I'm floored that it's actually one of the cheapest, actually the cheapest breed that we've had in ages. So I decided to get the appaloosa, the bay appaloosa, because if I was going to have a mule in real life, this is pretty much exactly what I would want, so I need it in the game. I'll get the bay and the dun later, but this is going to be the first one I get, and his name is Yellowstone because he needs like a country western name, being a mule. Okay, so I sent him back to the stable and I'm going to go pick an outfit before I ride him around, but first I want to remind you guys that the Trailblazer track is going on right now, and for right now we're getting bonus trail points, so now is the best time to grind and make as many levels as you can because it's just so much easier right now. And one of the easiest, fastest ways to get Trailblazer track points is actually gathering like the fireflies and the wisp and stuff in Valdale, so that's what I recommend doing. Here he is, and doesn't he look amazing? This orange suits him so well. I'm so glad I got this appaloosa because I think that, like, as much as I like the others, I'm sure I would have picked good outfits for them too, but like, this horse was made for orange. You guys wouldn't know this, but it's been like 3 hours since I bought this guy because I went back to my stable and I picked him out an outfit and everything, and I was like, ooh, it's so good. And then I was like, actually, I need to rearrange my stable. So I like completely changed all the horses that I have like in the storage versus out on like the actual stable floor, because I put all my favorites on the stable floor. But then I was like, no, the ones that are out need to have outfits too, so they're all ready to go. So I can just go and get on one and then go to a champ or something. So I gave each and every one of them an outfit, and it took absolutely forever, but I'm here now. I've also just been over here for like 45 minutes taking pictures because I knew this like autumn landscape would be perfect as a backdrop, being that I've got like the orange set. I'm trying to like actually match themes today, so being that I've got the mule, I'm trying to go to all like the most like country, westerny places to actually ride it so that it actually matches for once, because I'm kind of tired of like, I'll get an English horse and I'll be doing barrel races, or I will have a western set like this and I'm doing like the ritzy show jumping at Silverglade Manor, and I'm like, this doesn't match, and it bugs me. So for this video, I'm actually doing a theme. Can you believe it? I love these animations so much. They're so good and smooth, and like, I like that the jumps look really sloppy and messy, like a mule jumping probably would. And I just feel like this mule feels like he has so much personality. I also just love that the mule actually looks like a mule. It feels like a mule. And that might sound kind of stupid, like duh, of course, but in horse games, very often there's hardly any difference between breeds. Like, there'll be slight subtle differences, but it hardly ever actually looks like the breed that it is. And mules and horses, yes, they're both equines, but they are so different. And I just love that the mule looks like a mule. You know, like its shape is completely different from a horse. If you look at it from the side, like, see how towards its tail it gets really pointy? That's how a mule is. And also it's got kind of like not a big belly, that sounds bad, but like a kind of a pot belly going on, and that's how like mules and donkeys are. So I'm just really glad to see that they didn't just make it a horse model and slap some big ears on it. Like, they actually really genuinely made it look like a mule. Yes, I'm wasting more time taking more pictures even though I already have like 1,000. Just look away. So like I said earlier, since I first started playing this game, I've wanted mules added, and I think most people would agree that this is a good addition to the game, but I've seen some comments of people just having like the biggest fits that a horse game has had the audacity to add mules, and I just don't get it. Like, I respect everybody's opinion, of course, but I think that that's so stupid because I mean, yeah, it's not a horse, but it's still an equine, so what's the big deal here?
Why are you racist against mules?
I feel like this has been Star Stable's way of testing the waters to see how players would react to something that wasn't like a quote-unquote horse, because like a mule is so close to a horse, but there's still been some reactions that are negative. Even though I do think it's been like overwhelmingly positive, I do think that this has been a test just to see how we will react to this. And I imagine that Star Stable might be kind of like brewing the idea of adding something that isn't as much of a horse as a mule, like zebras or some other kind of wild horses like that, which I wouldn't mind zebras, but it's not necessarily something that I want. And I can just already hear the people like throwing a fit and complaining, being like,
"It's not a horse. You can't add that. You can't ride zebras."
But like, doesn't matter. It's not that deep. This is a game in which you can have like a robot unicorn or like a Pegasus with antlers. It doesn't matter. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the mules, which one you got, what you named it, and do you guys think that we might get zebras eventually? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!